Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking my channel. My name is Ciarra Lashaune and I'm just really here to encourage you. If you've clicked my channel, you've probably dealt with church hurt. And if you haven't dealt with church hurt, you know what I mean by church hurt because we've seen it, we see it on TV, we've heard about it. It is something that is super, super sad. For me, I'm going to tell you my personal story with church hurt and how I have overcome that. So a few years ago, I was in a ministry at my church, and I'm not going to give any huge details, but I was in a ministry, and the ministry leader was new, because when I was originally in the ministry, it was right before I went out to college, so we had a specific leader who was so awesome. He was so loving and kind to me, really utilized my gifts and helped me excel in what I was doing in that ministry. And then I went off to Syracuse for college. When I came back for the summer, they had a whole new ministry leader, and so it was very different. It was an adjustment. And there was the week before we had a conference, and my ministry leader, he was just really tough, really tough, and disrespectful in different areas. For instance, we had a meeting after hours. It was really late. It was all of us that were in this ministry. We had a meeting after hours at one of our ministry members' house. So we met at her house, and one of the members, her contact tore or ripped. And so I told her, I was like, well, I know I could just pray over your eye. We're just going to pray and get your healing now instead of, worrying about a contact. We're just going to pray over your healing. And while I was talking to her, the ministry leader came and he told me to shut up. And that was like my first encounter with him being disrespectful. And I was like, I don't let normal people tell me to shut up. I don't care if you are a leader. Like in my heart, I was like, I couldn't even pray at that moment because I felt so disrespected. So he told me to shut up, and he stepped over, laid his hands on her, and started praying for her. And I couldn't even really join into the prayer because I was so hurt and so mad. Like, it happened so fast. So that was like one instance. And then another instance is when this person actually kicked me out of a room. We were having another meeting, and he kicked me out, and he told me, he was like, I have no reason for kicking me out. He told me specifically, he said, you haven't done anything wrong. I just don't want to look at you right now. Told me to get out. I went to the bathroom, cried my little eyes out. I went home, told my parents, and my parents had this huge issue. I mean, kind of got a little big, got to the first lady of the church. It was, and she was very graceful to kind of shut it down and fix that issue. But the only reason why I'm telling you that issue is not to complain about the actions of others or even put blame on him, because I forgive him. And it's been a journey, but I forgive him and I love him, so I'm not even trying to put stuff on him. But I'm saying that I can relate to you if you felt church hurt, if you felt offended by people in the church, because having someone single you out in a room full of people is hurtful. And then when they have to give you an apology, and then they give you a halfway apology, like, I didn't know that, when I said hurt you, or I was just joking, or stuff like that, or, I'm sorry you were hurt, but, nothing I said was to hurt you. And so, yeah, like, that's just halfway apologies. When you tell someone to shut up to their face, I don't think that that's a joke. I don't think that that's respectful. But then again, I'm not the most sarcastic person. Cool fact about me, I don't like sarcasm, never have. I'm not a sarcastic person. My friends know that about me. But anyways, enough of me. That was my situation. Now, how I got over that, there was multiple other things that this person did to the people around me, and just things that just really weren't nice and were a poor reflection of character in the character of Christ. What I learned in that moment is to really press towards Christ. And I remember feeling like I actually did end up leaving the ministry. I did leave that specific ministry, not church, but I did leave that specific ministry because it wasn't healthy for me. I learned that God is so much bigger than people. So you might have been hurt by someone, but realize that they're human. And that's what I had to do. I had to realize that this specific person is a human. And although he said things that hurt me, although his words, he's in a place of authority, I had to learn and really accept the fact that he, first of all, doesn't know that what he's doing hurt me. And secondly, even if he did, he's human. He's not God. So I can't walk away from God. And when I tell you that there was hurt in me that was like, God, how could you let him treat me like this? Or, it's just weird because we admire our leaders. We look up to them. And for them to talk to us in a certain way, it is hurtful. It does hurt. And it is kind of scary. It's weird to us. So it's understandable completely. Had to sit and I had to ask God, why do I feel like I have to get out of ministry, or why do I feel like I have to walk away from you? The love that we have in our hearts, the love that we receive from God is from God, and we cannot put man on a pedestal. We cannot put man on a platform. We really, really, really need to understand who God is, and that God reigns, and that God even fixes broken people. And this guy actually ended up being the center of my prayers. So pray for those who hurt you, even if they are in ministry. Even if you have been hurt by the church, pray for those people, because they might hurt somebody else, or maybe they're hurting on the inside, but you really want to pray for their deliverance, because one day they're going to have to answer to God, just like you and I are, and they're going to be weighed on a greater scale because of the platform that they're on. So really, really ask God to reveal to them the hurt that they're causing in you, and to even give you a heart to forgive. It took me forever to forgive this person. I mean, to the point where it was painful, and I had to forgive him, not for the sake of him, but for the sake of me, because it hurt me. I couldn't even be in the same building as this person without not liking them. And it's crazy. But God is awesome, and realize that God is sovereign. You will be all right, boo. You'll be all right, but don't put these people on platforms, on this pedestal or whatever, and think of them as God, because the way that they see you is not the way that God sees you. Pray for them, but know that God has a say in who you are. God knows who you are, not them. God knows your intentions, not them. God knows your heart, not them. And so really realize that people are messy, but God is not. God loves you. People are messy, people are petty, people are going to be mean, people are broken, but God loves you. And remember that. And that's what I had to remember, that God loves me. I can't just give up on God because of a human. Remember that these are humans. These are the same people that are in need of the grace of God, just like you. They are so in need of God. And pray that, because I'm a joyful person. I'm a happy person. I never did anything to this man for him to treat me the way that he did. But I had to continue to not let him steal the joy of the Lord that was in my heart. And so I had to continue to smile and continue to love him. And that's what you have to do. Sometimes people, the people hurt people. So sometimes people don't know how to talk to you. Sometimes people don't know how to respect you because they're not used to the love of God in their own lives. So you have to pray for them for that. But I really just want to tell you, for one, just number one thing when it comes to dealing with church hurt is to know that they are human. And to know that what they say about you is not compared to what God says about you. They are human, and pray for them. Pray for them. Don't leave church. Realize that people are broken. People are not perfect. And neither are you. Neither are you. They have issues. You wouldn't trade your issues with no one. I have to realize that, God, I wouldn't give anyone half the issues I go through. And I don't want the issues that they go through either. So I'm going to love them anyways. And I'm going to set aside our differences. And I'm going to allow God to heal my heart from all the brokenness and all the pain and unforgiveness. And you should do the same. Ask God to heal your heart from the offense that was caused. And ask God to not even allow you to be an offended person. You don't want an offended spirit. You don't always want to feel offended. You want to have joy, everlasting joy. And that only comes from God. So look at people as people. And look at God as God, sovereign, and the sovereign King who loves you, which is proven in his word and in every breath that you take. Thank you so much for watching. Please click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Comment any prayers or testimonies or even experiences that you've had in church hurt and how you overcame that, or if we still need to pray for you on that. Comment below. I'm here for community. I'm here for loving you. Thank you so much for clicking my channel. I love you, and God loves you even more.